Hello and welcome to this video of the 30 Days of Etsy Challenge. In this video, I'm just going to go through a little bit of information that you're going to need to know before you open up your Etsy shop. Like I mentioned in the very first video of this series, the intro and welcome video, I mentioned that I'm doing this in the moment. And when I first started up with my Etsy shop, I completely forgot that in order to get your shop up and running, you need to have your first Etsy product listing ready to go. So that means you have to get a little bit more prepared than I initially thought. So here I'm just going to go through a little bit of information you're going to need to get about your very first product in order to open up your shop, because I want you to set yourself up for success right from the get-go. Okay, so before you get access into your new Etsy shop dashboard, you're going to need to have at least one product ready to sell, like I mentioned. So without this, you will not be able to take the next step into opening up your Etsy shop. Now, I just want to make a note here to take action, even if it's messy. I really believe that any action, even if it's imperfect or messy, is action going forward and making a step towards your goal. And your goal for this challenge is to get your Etsy shop open and making your first sale. So in order to get the ball rolling, sometimes you just need to get something up and then just work on perfecting it a little later on. Okay, so let's just go through the basics. Now, like I mentioned, a small hurdle that you'll come across when starting your Etsy store is that in order to get your shop open, you're going to need to create your first Etsy product listing. I think you can also add up to 10 product listings. So if you already have an idea of what you want to sell, you've already got all the information and the product images, go ahead and upload as many as you like. But generally, for most people starting their Etsy shop, they're just going with the flow and they're going to open up their very first shop. They're going to create their very first product listing, and then they'll create their second and third. And that's exactly what I did for my shop. I had one product listing. I uploaded that one simple product, and then every week going forward, I would create a new product for my shop. Okay, so the things you're going to need for your first product listing are, you're going to need the actual product itself, whether that be physical or digital. So if you're selling a physical product, you're just going to actually need to have created that product, if it's a handmade product, for example. Or if it's a digital product, you're going to have created that digital product ready to upload the file so that the customer can purchase that item. So second, you're going to need your product photos. In order to get your Etsy shop listing up, you're just going to need one, but they do recommend having 10 photos. Now, for all my products in my own Etsy shop, I range between 5 and 10 different product photos or images for my listings, but for this, I just want you to have one. If you can just have one, we're making a step forward, okay? Third is you want a title for your product. So this is just a very brief description of what your product is. For example, in my shop, I have a brand board Canva template. When I first uploaded the template and my first listing, I literally called it brand board Canva template. Now I know that through research and through just watching other YouTube videos, I understand that in order to get views and get found on Etsy, you actually have to optimize your titles, your descriptions and your tags, things like that. But for now, let's just get a basic title up and going. Same goes for your description. Just give a brief description of what your product is about. And here 5, I've got a price for your product. So without a price, you're not going to be able to sell it. So just have a think about what the price of your product is going to be. If you need to, perhaps go on Etsy and just have a look at people that are selling some similar items to what you are, and then just put a price or create a price based on that. Now, for my products, my store has digital items, and this new store that I'm opening is going to be a digital product shop. So I'm not going to have any shipping, but if you have a physical product, you'll want to include your shipping price if required. Another thing I didn't notice on here is that you may need to add some tags to your product listing. I will go through into more depth about your tags for your product listings, but for now, just add, if you have to, if it's required, I can't remember if it is required or not, but for now, just add one. So I will give you an example when I go to open up my Etsy shop, so you might have a better idea of what you can create for your own product listing. Okay, so those are just the basics, just to get your very first product up and running, ready to go. Now I've got here again, so don't overcomplicate it for now. So this is all you need right now to get your first listing up on your Etsy shop. Of course, in the videos to come, we will work on optimizing your product listings to increase traffic and sales to your Etsy shop and your Etsy listings. But to get this shop open, I just want you to get your very first product into your shop. Okay, so like I mentioned, once you have your first product ready to go, come and watch the next video as I open up a brand new Etsy shop, and I'll be uploading my very first product, so creating my very first product listing. So I'll show you exactly the steps that I've gone through, so those basic steps for my own new Etsy shop. And I've got here, please don't forget just to take action. If you just watch these videos and sit back and go, okay, yeah, I will do that, but you never actually take the action to do it, well, I'm afraid to say, my friend, that you might not ever do it. So this is your little reminder, your little wake-up call to just take action. I'm here every day in the moment going through all these steps. And like I mentioned right at the beginning, like I completely forgot that you had to have this first product listing up and running, ready to go when you had to sign up for your new Etsy shop. But it isn't stopping me from creating this video and telling you about it. This is action. It might be a little bit messy. It's not 100% perfect. And perhaps maybe I don't know as much as maybe another Etsy guru, but I'm just going through my journey. But for you to come along and to find success, you have to take action. Okay, so I will see you in tomorrow's video where we'll be going through how to open up your brand new Etsy shop. Okay, bye for now, and I'll see you tomorrow.